His reach is only 67 inches, 8 inches shorter than Layne's 75. So it's to his advantage to stay in close. Rocky pressuring. Marciano misses a left hook, and Layne answers by punching back to the head. Layne's the favorite tonight. Ringsiders are still talking about the way this 23-year-old slugger knocked out hard-punching Bob Satterfield and outpointed an old cutie like Jersey Joe Walcott, who later was to become heavyweight champion of the world. Layne tries a right to the head. That's his most damaging punch. Watch him and you'll see him throw that right again. And again. Because of that powerful right, and because he emerged from the same Rocky Mountain district that produced Jack Dempsey, Layne has been compared with the Manasseh Mauler. You remember Dempsey had a devastating right, too. Marciano working on Layne inside with short hooks to the jaw and body. He has a big right-hand punch, too. Layne bullies Marciano to the ropes. Working on the body, he makes Rocky miss with both hands. Later on, we'll find Marciano, the smaller, lighter man, doing most of the bullying. Layne tries another right, but Marciano moved inside the punch. Rocky about to miss a right uppercut, but he connects with a left to the jaw, and they go to close quarters, each man seeking an opening. Have you noticed Layne is carrying a bit of excess suet? He's heavy around the midsection, an indication he may not be in peak condition tonight. Watch this left to the jaw by Marciano. At this stage in his career, Rocky was mostly a right-hand puncher, but trainer Charlie Goldman has been at work, developing the slugger's left, and later in Marciano's career, it became a potent weapon. Most of the fighting at short range. There's Layne getting off, as they say in the trade. But you see Marciano well covered, well protected. Marciano, about to miss a right, will land a smashing left hook, followed by a right to the jaw. Rocky much quicker than Layne at following through after a miss. Layne, a glancing right to the body. Marciano's been pressuring, so Rex moves him away. Now watch him try another right. Rex Layne punching well and making a strong showing at the end of round one. Rocky Marciano in dark trunks bends into a slight crouch, a crouch he's to perfect in later fights. Rex Layne from Lewiston, Utah, after a good first round, is being compared with another great Western slugger, Jack Dempsey. And yet, as time was to prove, it was Marciano, not Layne, whose style most closely simulates that of the great Manasseh Mauler. For Rocky deliberately patterned his crouch after Dempsey's. And that's not a defensive position, it's an attacking crouch, a method of moving in. Again, as in the previous round, they've been fighting at short range. A good left to the jaw by Marciano. Layne attempting to punch back, misses a left, and Rocky moves in low. Layne is 5 feet, 11.5 inches tall, about an inch taller than Marciano, 7.5 pounds heavier, and has a reach 8 inches longer. Marciano about to miss a right, then a left, as he feels himself being bullied toward the ropes by a strong Rex Layne. A right to the jaw by Marciano, fighting to stay off the ropes. Rocky would rather have Rex in that position. That's where the Brockton Strong Boy later finishes Lewis and Walcott against the ropes. Watch Layne in white trunks miss a right, then a left, finally catching a left to the jaw by Marciano. You'll see Rex fighting back, but missing some good opportunities. Marciano, you notice, keeps coming in with his head down. Layne, with a few good uppercuts, could have opened up Marciano at this point. But so far, no uppercuts. Look, Layne with his right hand pushes Marciano away, but fails to follow through with a punch. He's slower on the recovery than Rocky, but he has a good record. In 37 fights, Rex has won 34 with 2 draws and only 1 setback. He has 24 knockouts to his credit. Marciano's record is 35 straight victories, 30 by knockout. They've been crowding each other, each man giving his opponent little room to punch. Watch this overhand right by Marciano. He uses that punch frequently. It's the weapon by which a man with a shorter reach can score from long range. That overhand right has opened a gash over Layne's left eye. Rocky misses a right, but lands a left hook to the head at the end of round 2. A better round for Marciano. Round 3. A hard left hook to the head by Marciano, and they move to close quarters. So far, most of the fight has been fought at short range. We know why Rocky wants it that way. He has short arms. Apparently, Rex has been instructed to stay in close, too, in order to keep Marciano's long-range guns at a disadvantage. A long overhand right by the Brockton strong boy opened a gash over Layne's left eye in round 2. You notice Layne has been fighting from a more pronounced straight-up stance. He has a broad back and heavy legs. Marciano has heavy legs, too. He was a football player in high school and had a tryout as a big league catcher. He says he would have remained in baseball, but his arm went sour. Yet there's nothing wrong with the way he's winging his right tonight. Watch. Marciano's left hook to the jaw forces Layne to the ropes. A right uppercut by Rocky before Rex fights his way back and holds. Layne crowding, pushing. See how they keep crowding each other? Neither one giving the other man much room to punch. That's been the pattern throughout these first 3 rounds. A good left uppercut, followed by a right, staggers Layne. I'll keep watching for some of the best action of the fight so far. Marciano, dancing back, prepares to fire a smashing right that buckles the knees of Rex Layne. That punch took its toll, and Layne is forced to hold. Rocky wild with the left as he tries to press his advantage. And now you see the very first sign that Layne may be tiring. He seems to be leaning all over Marciano. Layne tries a right to the jaw and bullies Marciano to the ropes again. Rex is powerful despite his deceiving butterball body. He's 23 years old, 3 years younger than Rocky, but you notice he's a good deal slower in his actions. A ponderous type of puncher, Rex often is slow to react to openings. Rocky, missing with both hands, goes into a deep crouch. But he can't throw any punches from that position. Later in his career, he's to perfect that crouch into one from which he can attack. Both men seem to be floundering at the end of round 3. A round of good bruising action. The fans, some 12,500 of them, in the garden, are enjoying the fight. Trainer Goldman rubs Marciano's neck and sends him out for round 6, destined to be the final frame in this scheduled 10-round bout to establish a contender for the heavyweight crown. Layne's tired. He's completely flat-footed now. The cumulative effect of Rocky's punches have brought him to the verge of collapse. Rocky jabs with his left, and here it comes. You'll see Marciano fire a long-range right that stuns Rex Layne, and then he crumples forward to the canvas. Referee Mark Kahn picks up the count. It's 10 and out for Rex Layne, who hasn't moved a muscle. He's really out. And Rocky waves a right on high that did the job. He gets a congratulatory kiss from Ali Colombo, longtime friend, assistant trainer, and former manager. Then he circles the fallen Rex Layne, walking off nervous energy. Marciano could probably go another 15 or 20 if he had to. Johnny Addy gives Rocky the time of the knockout before making the official announcement. Here it is, 35 seconds of the 6th round. And Rocky Marciano has registered his 36th victory in a row. He's on his way to the top.
Be completely different. He says he